and Tessa Jowell, though she will not agree with this, I hazard a guess, will know what I mean. The House of Commons, when it's unanimous, is often, indeed usually, unanimously wrong. And so when all the party leaders lined up to give Len McCluskey a kicking, I wondered what Tessa Jowell thought about it. She's been good enough to come along tonight and tell us. Tessa, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much indeed for inviting me on.
Now, let's start, if we may, with the Unite. As I seem to recall, your trade union as well as mine.
Indeed.
The General Secretary, our General Secretary, therefore, says that the British working people are getting such a raw deal from their government, it's as well the world should know about it during the Olympics. What do you say?
I say yes. British working people are getting a very raw deal from the government, and families up and down the country, the families I represent, are feeling real pain as a result of decisions that have been taken by this government. However, I am absolutely opposed to Unite or any other trade union seeking to disrupt the Olympic Games, which is a moment of national celebration, and none of the families who are coming from all over the UK or the visitors who are coming from all over the world or the athletes who are busy preparing would understand disruption in that way.
Are you still going to take Unite's money, though?
Well, the Labour Party is Unite is affiliated
millions.
to the Labour Party.
I think it's
a matter
millions.
for Unite.
I think it's millions we're talking. But no, it's not a matter for Unite. It's a matter for you as one of the leaders of the Labour Party.
Yeah, of course. I mean, we can have.
Are you still going to take the millions of pounds that Unite gives you?
We are, and
Is that not a bit hypocritical then?
It's not hypocritical at all, because we speak out, I speak out, Ed Miliband has spoken out, Harriet Harman has spoken out, and made absolutely clear our disagreement with Len McCluskey on this. But let me tell you this, George, that Unite is one of the trade unions that was party to an agreement that I was involved in negotiating now nearly 7 years ago, which laid the basis for working between the trade unions and the employers in the development of the Olympic Park. And one of the great achievements there has been the good industrial relations that have in part seen 0 fatalities on the biggest construction site in Europe. And that's something you have to cross your fingers and just hope that that record is not broken between now and the opening ceremony. But when you have good partnership between trade unions and employers, you get that kind of benefit for all those who are involved.
No, you did it's one of your many achievements in life, Tessa, and I credited you before you came on with that. It was, I think, a terrific period when you were running the run-up to the Olympics, and
well,
nobody,
I think there are many people who've contributed
nobody
to that with
is
respect.
talking about strikes of the workers at the Olympics. But why shouldn't a bus driver who is facing a public sector wage freeze up in Harlesden, or dare I say it, down in Dulwich, why should he have to suspend his rights for 3 weeks just because the Olympic Games are on?
Well, I mean, first of all, there is a negotiation going on between a number of workers and the conditions and rewards they will receive for working during the Olympic period. That is a negotiation, a proper negotiation between the trade unions and the employers. It should be done in private. I hope they will all get round the table and reach a negotiated conclusion to that. But I do not believe that the Olympic Games, one of the greatest national moments for our country, something that people right across the country are looking forward to, are spending their money on being able to be part of, that national moment should be disrupted by anybody for any reason at all.
But millions of workers don't have any money to spend. That's what they're complaining about.
Yeah, but you know, a lot of
You've got money, I've got money.
Yeah, no,
but the workers that Len McCluskey represents, they don't have money.
Hold on, a lot of people have saved up to buy their tickets for the Olympics, to come to London for the Olympics, And I don't think that across our country there would be very much support for the kind of disruptive industrial action that means that as the rest of the world looks at our Olympic Games, they think that Britain is a country not of, pride, unity, but a country of discord.
But it is a country of discord,
I will
Tessa.
any day
It is a country of
take
discord.
issue with the actions of this government. I'm sorry if I'm talking over you, but any day. But I do not believe that the Olympics should be a stage on which industrial dispute is played out. And indeed, the Olympics, I think, have been an exemplar of good industrial relations.
I accepted that point.
Three times the number of apprentices working in the Olympic Park.
No, you did a great job on that. I'm accepting that. But we're living in a country with millions of people unemployed, many millions more fearing that they will soon be unemployed, people being told that they have to work longer, pay more, and get less in their pensions, and public sector cuts savage in their extremity. That is a country of discord, Tessa.
Well, I agree with you, and I agree that legitimate protest is absolutely proper and inevitable against the actions of this government. However, I think that protest should not extend to the disruption of the Olympic Games.
Okay, let me ask you one other question, totally different subject. Saudi Arabia are sending an all-male team to the Olympics. They have forbidden any of their female athletes from being part of their Olympic team. We should ban them, no?
Well, I have spoken out on this, as you know, and I think the IOC are undertaking a very good and sensitive negotiation with the Saudis. I hope that what will happen, to be absolutely practical about it, George, you can't. We've got 4 months until the start of our Olympic Games. You can't go from pretty much nowhere to being an Olympic contender for any sport at all in 4 months. What I have said, and I hope will have some resonance with the IOC, what I have said is that I hope that the Saudi team will come to London, the all-male team, regrettably, will come to London and will make absolutely clear their commitment and their intention to compete in Rio in 2016 with a team of Saudi men and women.
Now, I know you'll see the resonance of this with your history. If a team showed up here with an all-white Olympic team and refused to pick any black people in their Olympic team, they wouldn't be allowed to participate.
No, well, listen, I entirely understand that point. But I think what I'm saying to you is that I want to see a result here. I want us to be able to look at the Saudi national team in the next 5 to 10 years and say, London 2012,
you wouldn't have said that to South Africa.
Had an effect.
You wouldn't have said that to apartheid South Africa. You wouldn't have given the apartheid authorities 10 years to bring a black man into their team. Why are you giving the Saudis 10 years to bring a woman into their team?
Yeah, well, I think that it is quite wrong that the Saudis have placed the obstacles in the path of women's competition that they have. I have some confidence in the negotiations that the IOC have undertaken, and I hope that when the Saudi team arrive in the UK and in the run-up to the Games, we will constantly reiterate the unacceptability of teams that do not include men and women with an equal chance of competing.
Well, you've been a great sport. Thanks, Tessa.
It's a
Tessa Jowell, former Culture Secretary and now the Shadow Olympics Minister, and a far better Olympics Minister when she was in office than the people that are there now. However, you can see the shortcomings, can't you? That's Tessa Jowell, the member of Unite, and Tessa Jowell, the feminist, and Tessa Jowell, the anti-racist, really defending the indefensible. You probably won't believe this one, but unfortunately it's true. I agree with the Saudis not picking any women for their Olympic team. Women have no place in sport. Makes my blood boil when I see women at Ibrox. Well done, Saudi Arabia. Good riddance, Galloway. You won't be missed. We are a people. No surrender. Ross, Winsborough, Wishaw, loyal. In his string vest, with his backside hanging out of his trousers, with his, loyal, Wishaw, Ross. What a sad man you are, sitting there, a single man, up there in Wishaw, with your blow-up doll, with moving parts. Do you get my drift?